Today's makeup look was inspired by Lady Gaga. She wore this to the Grammys last night and she was so stunning. I had to recreate it. She's so beautiful. So that is what I did. Of course, it was probably like 3 days ago now that the Grammys were, but yesterday for me right now. Anyway. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I had fun creating it. It was really fun. Now I have to go to class. So I might look like a total weirdo, but we're gonna rock it. If you guys would like to see how I got Gaga's makeup look from last night, then please keep watching. Okay, excuse my lovely hairstyle right now. It's setting. I'm gonna start by priming my skin using this Bodyography Veil Foundation Primer. Just a silicone based primer like any of the others, just to smooth out the texture of my skin and prep it for foundation. For foundation, I'm going to be using my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NW15. I'm really ghostly right now, so let's do this. I'm going to be applying it with a beauty blender, and I like to sort of spread the product on the back of my hand and then pick up like an even distribution of product. And start stippling it lightly over the center of my face first, where I have the most discoloration. I have lots of redness. Right now I had a crazy bout of breakouts because I decided it would be a good idea to start drinking Coke again. Do any of you guys feel the struggle? I'm so addicted to Coca-Cola. And this semester is kicking my ass already, so I'm going to go in with this Pixie Correction Concentrate in Brightening Peach. This is one of my favorite sort of correcting concealers for under eye circles. Mine aren't too intense, but it does work really, really well if you're looking for one that's really affordable. So I just like to warm it up with my finger. It's a very dry consistency. And tap it under the eyes. And I really only need to concentrate it in this inner portion. You don't want to build up too much product under the eyes if you don't have to, especially if you have eyes like me that sort of protrude and you have nice fine lines that everything likes to settle into. You want to keep everything as light as possible. So that's why I like this product, is it's very pigmented and a little goes a long way. Much better. Ugh, I couldn't stand those curlers anymore. So now I'm taking my MAC Prep and Prime Light Boost pen. This is the yellow-ish shade. And I'm just going to highlight my face. She doesn't have a lot of highlighting slash contouring going on. The most I notice is kind of around her forehead. So I'm just going to add a little bit of light down the center of my face and on my cheeks. This pen also provides a teeny bit of coverage, not as much as a concealer, but a little bit to sort of cancel out the rest of the redness on my cheeks. You see how much brighter that looks? Love this product a lot. And it's not too yellow for me, which is great. They do have a Radiant Rose color, which is a little bit more on the pinky side, which would be great for super fair skin. I consider myself to be very fair right now, but still the yellow one works best for me. I'm very neutral in undertone though, not very warm, so I'm kind of surprised, I guess, that this one works as well. I'm going to do just a touch on my forehead as well. Yes. I'm going to set really lightly, just directly under my eyes, just so we don't get any creasing, but I'm going to leave the rest of it unpowdered. I'm going to do a little bit of a cream contour, so I'm going to go in with my Motives Color Perfection Quad in the color Medium, and I'm going to use this one right here. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this on my Makeup Geek foundation stippling brush, warm it up on the back of my hand, and then start applying it where I would normally contour. This is going to give a much more natural effect. I'm going to just start applying the color under the jawline and up kind of behind the ear. This is going to add a little bit of warmth to the skin as well, almost like a bronzer would. I'm going to blend out that contour because I don't want it to be very harsh. I don't want that really sharp line under here either. I'm just going to create a little bit of subtle dimension, and then around the forehead. Make sure when you're doing your forehead, this is kind of a pet peeve of mine, get into your hairline and your part so you don't have that really weird, like, it looks like you have a really tan mask on and then an extremely white hairline. That makes me super crazy. So just use your brush to kind of push the product into your hair, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to take my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to take the center contouring shade. It's kind of the most yellow of the three, and I'm just going to sweep this over where I contoured. It's not extremely warm, so I kind of do want to keep it on the very outer perimeters and just under my cheekbone rather than up top, because you don't want to look too ashy. These contour shades are pretty cool toned and you don't want to look too muddy. I'm going to take this under the jawline as usual to help erase my jowls. Is there like a prettier word for that? You know what? And when I'm going on my forehead, I'm just going to keep it kind of right at the temples. And her blush seems to be kind of like a pinky coral, so I'm going to start off by using Melba, which is kind of like a burnt peach sort of color by MAC, and see what it looks like, and we can manipulate it from there. And I'm just using, I'm using my viewfinder as a mirror because my MAC palette doesn't have one on it. Does that look alright? Shit, I need a mirror. Okay, I like what's happening here. I'm liking it. And her brows weren't extremely defined. They're obviously blonde, so they're a lot lighter than mine. So for me, I'm just going to go for like a very natural brow, not extremely defined, but I'm not going to leave them alone. I am going to tame them a little bit and fill in any gaps. So I'm using this NYX eyebrow shaper. It's like a wax pencil, and I just like to go over my entire brow. My brows are really patchy, and this really helps not only kind of tame them and help them hold a shape, but it helps the brow powder that we're going to go in with cling to the bald patches. So that's what we're doing here. I love this pencil a lot. I actually carry this in my kit as well. It's really awesome. So her brows were a very warm blonde, so I'm going to warm mine up a little bit using Chocolate from Anastasia Beverly Hills, her brow powder. I don't usually warm up my brows. I like more ashy tones. That's just how I roll, so let's do this. All I'm going to do is create a line underneath my brow. This is going to help kind of smooth out. It's very patchy down there. It's going to help smooth it out. And then I'm just going to take that line and pull it up through my brow, and that is it. I'm not making them look fuller. I'm not making them look carved out. Just warming them up a little bit and cleaning them up a little bit as well. Okay, now I'm going to zoom you guys in for the eyeballs. We are going to start by priming with my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre to make sure nothing creases and it lasts all day long for the red carpet. Not really. I'm going to theology class after this. I'm honestly seriously debating whether or not I can pull off wearing this to class. Now I'm just going to take an eyeshadow that's very similar to my skin color and just very lightly dust over that just to set the paint pot so it's not tacky. Before I go in with shadow, I'm going to apply my training wheels for the wing, especially because her winged eyeliner was very exaggerated. So I'm going to apply some tape, and I'm going to go actually lower than the corner of my eye and angle up towards the tail of my brow. And from my Lorac Mega Pro palette, I am going to take this color here and here. I'm going to start out with this one as my transition and this one as like a creased color. So anything that is similar, if you guys don't have this palette, you're going to want to grab one of those. So more like a warm pale transition color and a orangey sort of brown. I'm going to apply the lighter color very kind of sloppily into and above my crease, and I'm taking that all the way into the inner corner. This isn't going to be extremely apparent, but it's going to help everything else blend out so much easier, and it's going to help that more orangey, more pigmented color fade into the brow bone color. Now I'm taking the more saturated brown and applying this into my crease, and I am going to be kind of carrying those colors outwards, sort of flicking them outwards. This is definitely not like a rounded eyeshadow look. With the same palette, I'm going to go into Vanilla. It's like a very neutral, shimmery, almost white eyeshadow, and I'm going to apply this to the first almost half of my eyelid, going up into the crease. Now, if your eyes are hooded like mine, see when I relax my eye, you can see the fold. I'm going to make sure I go just above that fold so you can see the color when my eyes are open. I'm going to apply a touch of this to the lower lash line, inner corner as well. Okay guys, now we're busting out the Vice 2 here by Urban Decay, and we're going to go in with this color here. Okay, so with this color, we're just going to start packing it pretty heavily at the outer corner. We're going to sort of wing it up with our tape, using that as a guideline. And to blend that in with the silver, all we're going to do is just tap the green over, kind of pull it over into that silver to help it fade and blend together. No need for an additional brush here. Now once again, since my eyes are hooded, you see where that crease is, where the fold is on my hood? I want to make sure the green stays above that. But right now I'm not liking how exaggerated that sort of swoop is. So I'm just going to fill in that area a little bit with a little bit more green. And before we go in with our eyeliner, I'm going to take a little bit of this Shell Shock color from the Vice 2. And it looks like a metallic eyeshadow, but when you apply it with your finger, just the sort of silver glitter stick, so we're going to apply that over the white eyeshadow just to create a little more sparkle. For eyeliner, I'm using my new Tartiste liner. Oh, it's so good, you guys. I'm just going to use that tape as a guideline. Bring it up pretty damn far. And then draw a straight line back to my eyelid. And I like to remove the tape right away because it's really annoying. And if you are painfully sloppy like I am, just take a foundation brush and clean up your mess. Her eyeliner started about where her lashes started, so we're not going to go all the way to the inner corner. We're going to start right about here. And the line is getting gradually thicker as we make our way out to the wing. I am actually going to take a little bit of the eyeliner under the very outer corner of my lower lash line, and I'm going to connect it to the top. Now taking a black eyeshadow by Makeup Geek, this one is Corrupt, you can use whatever one you have. I am just going to start smoking out the eyeliner, and I'm going to apply it more heavily, sort of in the outer crease area right here, and start blending it onto the actual eyeliner line. Now I'm going to take the emerald green and sweep that under my lower lash line. I'm going to start it right about here, not quite at the inner corner of the eye. I'm just using the same pencil brush that I've been using. Now I'm going to take a touch more of black on a short shader brush and sweep this very, very close to the lower lash line. I still want to see the green, but I want a little bit more definition to those bottom lashes. Now I'm going to apply mascara and falsies, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is the final eye look, and if you were curious, the lashes that I used are Girl You Crazy by Velour Lashes. Alright guys, we're on the home stretch. So for lips, she had a nice sort of like warm peachy pink color, and it wasn't too defined. So I'm going to use a nude lip liner. This one is by It Cosmetics. It's the Your Lips But Better Lip Pencil in Buff Beige, I believe, Buff Nude. And I'm just going to define the outer corners of my lips with this. And to fill it in, I'm going to use this Too Faced Lip Injection Color Bomb in Never Enough Nude. We'll see what this looks like, alright? Because I think it needs a little bit more warmth, I'm going to top it off with this Maybelline Gloss in the shade, I can't find the name, it says 060 on the bottom. I feel like it's Nude Illusion or something, but I could be totally wrong. It's the more orangey nude color. There's a pinkier one as well. I'm just going to top this off. Alright guys, so this is the completed look. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, all of the product details are down below in the description bar, along with links so you can purchase them easily yourself, the ones that are available anyways. Be sure to thumbs up this video if you found it helpful and you enjoyed watching it. And if you loved Lady Gaga's makeup, oh my gosh, she looks so beautiful. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below if you have any. I do have a quick question for you guys. I am going to be dyeing my hair. I'm really bored of dark brown. I feel like it looks the best on me like this, like dark brown, almost black, but I'm really bored of it. So I think I'm going to do silver. I'm thinking like a bluish, kind of grayish silver, or a silver with a little bit more lavender, which I feel like might look better on my skin tone. I'm a really shitty blonde, so hopefully I can figure out a way to do it in one shot because I don't want to do it slowly. I hate myself as a blonde, so I'll keep you posted. But if you guys have any ideas on what I should do to this, I want cool hair for once, for a little bit, before I turn 30. Anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave me a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a first impression / review on the new Tarte Cream Liner, or clay paint liner they call it. It says on the box that it's an exclusive cream formula. It has a revolutionary foolproof blending stage, which I'll show you, and it's waterproof and ophthalmologist tested. I have very sensitive eyes, but I find that generally I don't have a problem with